Hello, everyone. And first of all, let me apologize to y'all. I was absent for a really long time and I didn't upload any videos for a freaking month. I know, you need not to tell me. Unfortunately, for the last month I had some really turbulent times in my life and that prevented me from uploading DOM Studio analyses on time. But now I am fully back and ready to analyze all of Skibidi Multiverse's episodes that I missed. And now I'll analyze episode 45 for you that came out quite a while ago, but it's still pretty much insane. Was it all just a trap where all of our agents and even Titans got sucked into? Are pencil men really gone as the species? And most importantly, what's going to happen to Titan Speakerman and the original G-Man who finally met face to face? So if you want to learn all the answers to these questions, then get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because it will be extremely interesting, guys. And let's go. And as you watched my last analysis more than a month ago, let me quickly remember you in 1 minute what happened an episode before that. So, episode 44 showed us how the Alliance agents were infiltrating the Skibidi base, while also showcasing their new upgraded weapons like Plungerman's electrifying tools, for example. As the agents reached the Skibidi control room, TV Woman pressed the red button to finally unlock access to G-Man. And this action raised some questions in me about the intelligence of both the Alliance and the Skibidi Toilet's base designers. Meanwhile, the Ninja Drillman also demonstrated exceptional strength and agility, and even outperformed the others despite lacking a jetpack. The episode also features the legendary Skibidi Mutant, who was quickly defeated by Drill Woman. We were also revealed that Titan Cameraman is in a completely hopeless battle, and also introduced a mysterious TV man with the yellow tie, who turned out to be a shapeshifter and an ally of the Clockwoman named Iza. This shapeshifter resurrects past Skibidi giants and hints at a multiverse organization influencing their events. The most important thing is that Infiltration Squad finally find a way into the G-Man body, but didn't find a solution to disable it completely yet. And meanwhile, all the possible kinds of Skibidi toilets gather together in order to protect their leader no matter what. Okay, and now let's get into the events of episode 45. And it starts with the special Skibidi Toilet Squad consisting of intelligence agents searching the area for one specific place, and it's the Pencil Men's base, of course. And it's funny how the locators are literally embedded into those intelligence toilets' bodies, making their purpose extremely revealing, in my opinion. And after that, we're becoming the Skibidi Toilet POV for a couple of moments as we enter his body, so to speak, and see how, with the help of their special devices, those Skibidi agents actually managed to find the Pencil Men's base, even though it's been invisible. Apparently, their technologies are developed enough to break this invisibility defense system, which is pretty crazy. And after discovering the invisible base, the delighted agents immediately sent a signal with its coordinates to their leader G-Man. And after this scene, we see the G-Man face, who is watching in the Titan's direction with the pretty fierce expression on his face. And in this moment, we can see how a huge robot with Skibidi Kleiner inside teleports right at Jimmy's place. Meanwhile, Titan TV Man looks at G-Man in front of him and says with the disdain, "You coward." And in case you forgot, he says so because the G-Man in front of him is not the original one. And the Titans actually planned to find the true Jimmy, but not this time apparently. But on the other hand, why would Jimmy actually get out of his body just to risk his precious life? It's better for him to currently play as safely as possible, so I cannot really blame him for that, as he's being smart. Meanwhile, Skibidi Kleiner in his awesome mechanical suit approaches the Titans with the words, "Well, I'm not built for this, but there's no going back," as the commander said, I guess. And what's funny to me about this scene, though, is that Skibidi Kleiner actually didn't plan on attacking the Titans with his robot at this moment. He was simply yapping in order to grab their misfocused attention already, and allow his comrade Jimmy to power some really mighty weapon to strike the Titans with afterwards, and he actually succeeds in it. So while the Titans were listening to the Kleiner's words, G-Man already powered up his massive sword with some sort of energy, and then sends the powerful energetic pulse, not in the Titans, no, but actually to the base of Pencil Men. So it actually turned out how all this time this invisible base was pretty close to Jimmy himself, and when he finally received the coordinates from his infiltration squad, he decided not to waste any time in his possession and simply destroy this base once and for all without even distracting to the Titans. And I'm not gonna lie, this whole destruction scene looked really horrifying but also epic as hell. So I was left with quite mixed feelings, y'all. Then we see Titan Pencil Woman getting to the surface and observing everything that was going on in front of her with the horrifying look on her pencil face. But even in the state of extreme distress, she still manages to call for the commander, and meanwhile Titan Drillman joins her as well. And by the way, when he observed the destroyed base of Pencil Men as well, I immediately remembered how in the earlier episodes of Skibidi Multiverse, Titan Drillman also went through the very similar situation, so he must be understanding really well what Pencil Woman is feeling right now. His base and his people were wiped from the face of the earth by his enemy's powers too. So right now, both of these Titans on the screen must be sharing a similar tragedy. And probably that's why Titan Drillman arrived to Pencil Woman ASAP, not to just additionally protect her from whatever might arrive, but also to serve as some sort of emotional support, I guess. Meanwhile, Pencil Woman's signal gets answered, which means one very important thing. There are still some survived Pencil Men, otherwise She-Titan wouldn't be able to get into contact with anybody. And apparently those survived Pencil Men were far away from their base in the moment when G-Man managed to destroy it from the distance, and however they managed to do it, that's still a pretty great thing. But I also think that Pencil Men now are yet another race which was literally left without home. And that's quite a recurring theme in Dom Studios' multiverse, and it's even a little bit funny to me. Okay, and while the squad of Skibidi Intelligence flies in the distance, Titan Pencil Woman shows a thumbs up to Titan Drillman indicating that nothing is lost yet, and then we see how the doors start opening nearby. And these doors lead to the original G-Man, which was already revealed to us by TV Woman some time ago in this series. And Skibidi Kleiner immediately gets the signal how those doors are open now, after which he says, "So it's time, huh? Got the opening, everyone? Don't let them enter." Then he presses one of the buttons, and by them, he means the Titans, of course, that cannot be allowed to see the original G-Man. So after his mini speech, absolutely every false G-Men gather and prepare for attacking their opponents in order to protect their leader. Titan TV Man quickly tells Titan Speakerman, "Go, we'll support you." To which Speakerman replies with agreeing noise, and a huge battle begins. Titan Speakerman rushes forward while his comrades are doing everything in their powers to protect him and let him accomplish his main goal. We see an epic cinematic chase scene which looks extremely cool. And in the process of these actions, it even might seem to us like Titan Speakerman will successfully make it all the way to his point of destination. But then something incredible happens. Something starts pulling Titan Speakerman's back, and when the Titan looks behind, he sees G-Man in the flesh, who us using his gravity gun to pull the Speakerman to the side and destroy him. The Titan tries to win all the possible laws of physics by strengthening his jetpack, and although it prevents him from being completely sucked into G-Man's wave, it still doesn't let him to move forward. So the Titan then decides to activate the special sound wave ability of his axe weapon and use it to boost his flight and get away from G-Man. His insane plan actually works, but unfortunately in the process of this action, his unique weapon breaks completely. Something has to be always sacrificed in the name of the bigger victory, I guess. But what's important is that now the Titan is weaponless, so he decides not to engage in more risky fights with G-Man's minions and breaks the door's panel to isolate himself from those opponents. How his goal in a form of the original G-Man is really close, and all Titan Speakerman has got to do is to win against the defense system of this place and successfully fight his way to the arch-enemy. And while he is busy with the turrets, we've also been shown G-Man himself sitting in some sort of capsule full of green. And it really reminded me of Evangelion, where the pilots were sitting in the similar capsules while operating the bigger mechanical robots. And it's obvious that G-Man's mind was also absorbed into the mind of the Titan he was operating with. But as Titan Speakerman got dangerously close, G-Man cut this contact and became conscious in his original body. Two of them meet face to face, and then we're getting transported to the different scenery. Now we see the powerful agents gathering together, whose goal right now is find their way back to the surface from the G-Man's insides. We then hear the eerie alarm signal, after which everyone start panicking and the big TV man exclaims, "We need to get our out of here." And right in this moment, Skibidi Scientist materializes behind his back and tears his head screen off his body. The Alliances then literally get swarmed by hundreds of Skibidi toilets around them. And to make things even worse, our agents get also pressed to the ground by the powers of another gravity gun. Meanwhile, Skibidi Scientist sarcastically says, "Did you really think it was going to be that easy? You and your Titans, you all fell for the trap." And then the Scientist orders to all of his army, End them all! And on this really dramatic note, episode 45 ends as well. And I'm not going to be way too dramatic on that ending because episode 46 already came out, and we know what's going to happen next. So I'll see you in my next analysis, which is coming out really soon. And that was all for today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so as not to miss the analysis of the following episodes. And it was me, Aso Chad. See ya!